Welcome back to another episode of Juice Bros Pickleball. But before we get into this week's episode, we had a very exciting weekend.
Oh yeah.
Very exciting. It was the Picklr's grand opening in Toronto, very first one. And there was a special guest, which is Anna Bright.
Queen.
The number queen
Daddy
of
in
pickleball.
chief.
$1 million baby, baddie right there. So she had a clinic and also some meet and greets, and then challenge her to a game to win a Scorpius paddle. That was fun. So we had an exciting time there, and we got to meet her in person, which is great. We took a couple pictures there. But then we're gonna do a full vlog of a day with Anna, so stay tuned to our next one, because we're gonna cover the whole day, what it was like, and what it was like to meet her in person. So stay tuned.
Just keep an eye out for it. There's some good stuff in there.
And if you didn't watch her vlog or haven't, you guys should watch her vlog. So
Because Juice Bros are in it.
yes, we're in it. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into this week's episode. So last episode we talked about kind of me, what was I doing before pickleball, who was I, or like the good, the bad, and ugly of what pickleball kind of cost me. And this week we are gonna dive into Adrian. It's like, so Adrian, before pickleball, what were you actually doing with all this free time, or not so free time? Like honestly, what were you been doing?
Yeah. So I guess as before pickleball, I was just a regular Joe working in IT and technology. Had my day job, 9 to 5, just working the day job and then playing baseball in the summer. So for people that don't know, I was a competitive baseball player for about 15 years. I played pretty high level in Ontario, Canada, around the Toronto area. So no racket sports background. Went to a tennis camp once, so not sure if that really counts, but no racket sports background, but mainly baseball. So fast moving object sport that can
Really
transfer
fast.
over.
And track the ball really.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's good. So, were you happy before pickleball found you, or like what were you kind of like just comfortable, kind of like that?
Yeah, so I guess I was pretty much just cruising along, just doing my thing, just going to work, and then didn't really have too much to like focus on until pickleball came along. So I had a couple friends that I would talk to online. We'd watch shows and movies online together, and then for people that don't know, I have ADHD. I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety for a time in my life, so I take medication and all that stuff, into therapy, all that good stuff. I don't know whoever can relate to that. I've been through it a little bit. Obviously, everyone's different. So there was a time in my life where I didn't really have much going for me, and even then, even before pickleball, after work, I would really basically not do much. I'd sometimes be alone with my thoughts and have a lot of free time to kind of just think, and there was really no goal yet. So after pickleball, it kind of brought a sense of like focus and achievement and like a goal to work towards, trying to get as good as I can, meeting new people.
So, kind of gave you a purpose, sort of.
For
with
sure.
Pickleball.
100%.
Not even baseball, eh? Because you play competitive baseball.
Yeah, so even with the baseball, I kind of did it alongside pickleball. But after a while, so before baseball was more of a priority, and then pickleball was down here. And then as I played more and more pickleball, it would kind of even out. And then sometimes I would be telling my teammates, hey, I can't make this game. I'm playing pickleball. I have a tournament. So then the balance kind of shifts. So the balance shifts a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember our 3-5 tournament. We're going to finals, and then Adrian told me beforehand, it's like, oh, I have a baseball game to go to.
Yeah.
And then I was like, but if we make the finals, you can't go.
Yeah, I was
he's
like,
yup, and we did make finals. So he's like, yeah, I'm not going to baseball.
yeah, so basically we were going in thinking the goal is to not have to play my baseball game, because that means we're doing very well, making a deep run. And it ended up that after the semifinals, I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm making this baseball game. And then, but it worked out great because we won that tournament.
Yeah. So were you someone like, before pickleball, like, you had baseball as a team sport, like were you someone who made friends easily? Like were you pretty outgoing, or like more?
Don't think so. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think I was really that outgoing. I was basically had a small group of friends who knew me. We'd hang out a little bit here and there, but not really much. I was kind of kept to myself a lot. Kind of just a homebody, stayed at home, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Or so did pickleball change that though? Like,
A million percent. Like, literally, after I started playing pickleball, so a little backstory is the way I started playing pickleball was the day after my birthday in 2023, my mom came up to me and was like, there's this pickleball thing at a community center nearby that they're offering lessons. So let's take a couple lessons together and try this pickleball thing together. So it was originally just supposed to be me and my mom, supposed to be a mother-son bonding kind of thing. And from there, it kind of grew to just an obsession for both of us. My mom still plays multiple times a week, albeit with a different group of people now since I've gotten better, and she's found her own friends, her own community as well, which is amazing. Like, I think yesterday she went out with the gang to go out for food, so I was like, oh, that's really cool. And so originally we took some lessons together, and then I started playing more competitively, getting more into it, going to parks more, just showing up to places like Richmond Green and Richmond Hill by myself. And then that's how I met Dav on a random fateful day.
It was random.
Yeah, it was completely random, and then just met each other, met a couple of our other friends, and then just started playing more and more, showing up to different parks, kind of putting myself out there a bit, which was very uncomfortable, especially as someone who considers himself an introvert. I don't know, some people may disagree, but before, like back then, maybe 2-3 years ago, I think I was pretty introverted, but also a little willing to put myself out there a bit because I didn't really have much to lose, especially because I had like ADHD and mental health things going on. So I was like, I didn't really have much to lose. I kind of hit rock bottom before, and why not?
It goes up from here, right? It goes up from there.
Exactly.
And it only goes up. Yeah, so I remember like that day when you're like, coming over Richmond Green, like I felt like you were like very approachable, right? For us, like came up like, hey guys, like you started like mingling with us, like yeah, that was a great moment. Good.
Yeah.
And then now like look, we have like, you know, a really big group of pickleball friends, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
we have this pod, we have our friends, we meet celebrities.
Yeah, celebrities, local and international. So, has pickleball ever made you feel genuinely proud of yourself? Like, aside from competing or just like, you know, regular community, not just happy, like deeply proud of who you are as a person?
Yeah, I think it has, because it's taught me certain skills and how to interact with different types of people, especially because pickleball is such an inclusive sport. There are people from all walks of life, whether it be younger people, more elderly people, people with different career paths. Like I've met doctors, lawyers, engineers, bankers, like creatives and technical people. Like you learn so much from different people, and like a lot of entrepreneurs as well. So you basically get to learn all of their perspectives in one sort of circle. And the common bond is pickleball. So at the end of the day, it's like, I don't care who you are, where you went to school, how much money you make. It doesn't matter. Like, hey, we're here to play pickleball. We're here to have some fun together. Like, there are some really like successful people that might not be as good at pickleball, and there are some people that are kind of starting out their journey and are amazing at pickleball. So there's tons of people. There's people from different countries that you meet, from all backgrounds, different situations, and it's really amazing. Just like people with kids, and then you meet their families, and like you see how pickleball has affected them and their families as it has affected Dav in our which you'll know from our last episode. Yeah, they're just meeting so many people. It's amazing. And then after putting yourself out there more, like I started uploading our matches to YouTube. Just people coming up to us randomly, like being like, hey, you might not know me, but I've watched your videos, and just hearing stories of people saying how we've helped or maybe even inspired them just is amazing, because it's just, there's no words.
It's fulfilling.
Really.
It's
so
wholesome,
fulfilling,
right? Yeah.
It's so rewarding. It's not even just a selfish thing. It's just like, I just want to, if I could help someone and put some good energy into the world, like, yeah.
The positive aura. So,
yeah.
My goodness. No, I don't like. I think I've known you like now. Like you're on court. Like you're very confident compared to me. Like, so has this been like that all the time, or has pickleball really like brought out the more confident you? Like, or before pickleball, what were you like confident wise?
Yeah.
Like going through life. Yeah.
Yeah. So coming back to baseball, I was a pitcher. Primarily, I was a pitcher, and being a smaller guy, as a pitcher, you're kind of not going to overpower anyone, and you have to know you're not going to do that. So your weapon is your brain and sort of finesse and control. So I used to be pretty cocky as a pitcher, because I feel like as a pitcher you're basically 1 versus 1. It's a team sport, but at the end of the day, you're pitcher versus batter. So it's still an individual aspect to it, and you have to be very confident in yourself to execute pitches and throw strikes and make good pitches, and basically have the team relying on you to perform well. And so there were times where you have to kind of trick your brain into being like, hey, I'm the best person on this field. It might be very delulu from an outside perspective, but you have to believe it so that you can pitch with confidence and play with confidence. There's a quote from Hayden Patriquin who says, he's like, every time I step on the court, I believe I'm the best player on this court. It may or may not be true, but you have to believe it to kind of perform with confidence and not play scared. And so I kind of took that into pickleball, where on the court, as Davin said, I come across very confident because I feel like I have to perform these mental gymnastics to kind of make myself feel bigger and stronger, even though physically I'm not very imposing. But kind of have to trick yourself to believe that, hey, I am amazing and I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, like I talked about in the last episode, like I became more confident, and it helped me so much in our last tournament going into our 5-0 bracket. Like being confident changes a lot. Even you're right, like when Hayden said that when I step on court, I'm the baddest of the bad.
Yeah,
I'm the most best player in the world on that specific court moment. It does change the difference. It's just kind of tweak your mind, thinking that I can show up and I'm gonna perform the best in my life.
Yeah, it's like the difference between a more attacking mindset versus a reactive defensive mindset, where you're kind of trying to make things happen.
Yeah.
Albeit sometimes good, sometimes bad, but I think it's a lot easier to be aggressive and dial it back than it is to be passive and kind of
then
find aggression that might not be there.
Especially you're in a match and then you're losing, and then you try to pull yourself together and bring yourself up. It's tougher because you're already down, right? So if you were to go in confident, even if you're losing, you're still okay.
You're still kind of back down to maybe a regular baseline.
Yeah, that's good. So is there anything that pickleball gives you that nothing else in your life right now provides for you?
I think for me, the biggest thing would be the community. It's just the sense of community. Showing up to a facility or a court and just saying hi to all the people you meet and all the friends. Just showing up to places after you meet someone, they're like, hey, how was meeting this person? And I saw you do this and that on your social media. It's like, oh, that was amazing. Congratulations. And then it's just very amazing just to have people kind of, even if they're not that close to you, kind of be aware of things you're doing and kind of be happy for you and support you. Even from afar, it's just amazing because it's, as a lot of people I'm sure have said it, pickleball is about the people. The sport is the sport, but what you gain from it is just the relationships, the friendships, the people you meet. It's just very rewarding. And to have this sense of community where you can show up, kind of be yourself, where it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. It's for maybe an hour or two, it's about pickleball, it's about hitting this plastic ball, and you're on an even playing field.
Yeah, and it's wholesome. Yeah. Also, after the court, just, we all maybe thought that, oh, it's just exercise, it's a sport. Nope, so much more.
Brings so many people together. And then, in between matches when you're just talking and yapping, and then let's say you're playing with some elderly people, they tell you about things that are going on with them, or maybe their kids or grandkids, and you're like, oh, that's super cool. Name another sport where that can happen. Not really many.
Yeah, not many. Pickleball is definitely one of it's top one if there's any. So I've known you as a single person. I didn't know you when you were in a relationship. So now you're single. This guy's single with a flexible schedule. So which means pickleball can take more space compared to me as you let in. So has it ever taken too much though? That or what did that actually look like?
Yeah. So I do play a lot, almost every day. there have been times where in potential relationships where I was seeing someone and then they asked me, "Hey, you play a lot of pickleball. Can you take one day off of pickleball and just spend time with me?" And then to me, I was like, that's how I kind of knew maybe this person was not the right person for me. I was like, I don't think I will. I think I'd rather keep playing pickleball and I'll just see you whenever I really have free time. I'm not gonna name any names. This person's actually engaged now, I think. So she's doing fine. We're on good terms. Nothing bad happened.
Well,
but
clearly
it was just,
you said that to her, so you chose pickleball over her.
I did choose pickleball over her, and we're both doing okay. So
yeah.
But that is something that it cost me. It cost me a potential relationship because I chose pickleball over someone else, and that was the choice that I made, and I live with that. And there's no regrets. There are no regrets, and it is what it is. And I felt like I wanted to prioritize pickleball more. Yeah. But that's not to say that will always be the case. When the right person comes along, comes along, I will definitely make time for them.
Yeah. I guess hopefully this person do like pickleball too.
Yeah, ideally it would be nice if they support it, and
I guess support, right? Like it's pretty important to support.
They don't have to play it, but
it's just the support.
It'd be cool if they support it and they're like, "Oh, this is something that makes you really happy. Go for it, but make sure to give me some time," which I totally understand. Yeah. And
so since So since like you're single, right? Has pickleball ever been like a place where you want to like meet somebody, like potentially? Because it's a very social sport.
It's very social, and I've definitely tried.
Yeah.
People that know me well know that I've had pursuits in the past with people. Yeah, which I think is not the most abnormal thing, but there have been people that come and go that you become interested in, and sometimes it works out, sometimes I know people that meet through pickleball and they're doing great. Obviously everyone's different, so I am not opposed to it. It would be great because I spend a lot of time playing pickleball, so if they either play it and join me or at least support it, like that'd be great too.
But I'll definitely for sure tell them to not focus too much on pickleball if that moment happens.
Yeah, when someone comes along, and I'm like, "Hey, Davin, there's this person that pretty cool," and he'll be like, "Yeah, that sounds like a person you should drop a bit of pickleball for." I'll be like, "It's a good point. Maybe I will."
He shouldn't even ask me. It should be like, "Yes, just don't even ask. That's it."
If I don't even ask, that's probably like
Yeah, if one
might
day,
be a keeper.
Adrian, if I ask Adrian, like, "Hey, can you play on this date?" or anybody else ask him if he can't play, there's something going on, and it'd probably be a good thing.
Yeah. I will say in the past, there is a certain motivation when I am interested in someone, because I did play a tournament against Dav a long time ago, the NPC tournament, where I was interested in someone and they showed up, and then I started playing really, really well.
Yep, he did. He dialed it up. He locked in.
Yeah, sorry, Dav, but
oh man, but that was good. Like
the Jordan Poole effect is real. Yeah,
that's motivation. But it was history.
Yeah,
it was good.
It's a funny story now now looking back on it.
Yeah, but has a actually over like these couple of years that you play pickleball and kind of like sort of pursue or develop relationships with certain the opposite gender, has it been anything kind of bad that came out of it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess there have been experiences where I know know who I'm thinking of. Yeah, there's been some good where obviously you see me very happy, and I'm like, they're like, "Oh, he's happy right now, like that. Let's keep it going." Yeah. But then maybe there's some times where I was maybe seeing someone that maybe brought out some not so nice characteristics of me, and that's kind of where the ugly or bad parts come out, where maybe someone is a certain way and their behavior kind of rubs off on me, and I start acting like that person who might not be displaying the most nice traits. Like maybe a little bit overconfident or a little selfish at times. And then maybe there have been times where maybe it's rubbed off on me and I acted a little selfish, and that's kind of where it leaks into that part of life.
Yeah, like it's two people. If you like someone, you really do invest everything in that person. So, you know, it kind of changes you in a little bit, right? Because you really want to kind of agree
Yeah.
with the other person that you like. You sort of like go mindless, sort of in a tunnel vision, but that you kind of block out. So I understand. But don't let it affect the you know, the day ones. You know? Yeah.
Yep, my ride or dies. I have my ride or dies. Dav is one of them.
Yeah. You have a couple. You have a lot.
I have a couple. I have my little council or committee of elders that I consult now.
Yeah.
And if whoever in the future is approved by them, that means they're definitely a keeper.
You know, since compared to me from last episode we talked about, like, what does the financial cost of pickleball for you? Entry fees, paddles, everything, court time.
Yeah. So for me,
actually, does it ever make it uncomfortable when you think about it?
So being a single person, I don't have a wife and kids, or kid in your case. I can sort of afford to maybe buy a bit more, but I'm not as big of a paddle nerd as you, so I don't buy as many. But as much as I would like to, sometimes it would be like, I'm loyal to my paddle. So, but because I am single with no kids, I played so many tournaments. So for those that don't know, in 2025, played 27 tournaments, which is pretty much half the year in tournaments, and that adds up real quick. So basically my finances were all just registration fee. And I mean, for me, I could get away with it because I didn't have as many responsibilities, being like I live at home, so I save on that, and so I can just put more into pickleball and my obsession without getting into as much trouble as Davin might. So so there's a financial cost. It's pretty similar to Davin, just more so because I have fewer obligations than he does.
So has pickleball like ever, or at a point, became like, you know, you love the sport and all that, did it became ever, do you think it's an obsession right now?
It definitely has been. I think recently I've started to sort of tone it back a little bit. Definitely, I remember when I used to play with my cousin, he told me, I thought this was just going to be a phase for you. I didn't expect you to still be into it. Like, he got into it with me at around the same time, and I think he kind of started grinding with me for maybe about 6 or so months. And then after 6 months, he kind of, because he's in school, so he couldn't dedicate as much time as I could to playing pickleball. So after a while, he went back to school, and I was like, at family lunches and stuff, I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna play this tournament. He's like, I honestly didn't think you'd still be into the sport. So we'd like reconvene every couple months and be like, yo, he'd be like, I didn't think you'd still be into this.
Yeah, but you send him whenever you win a medal, you send him the
so
picture.
I kind of have this weird, not weird, but like this tradition where whenever I win a medal, I send a picture to my family group chat and of a medal, and I say another one, because my first partner was my cousin.
Yeah.
And after a while, he stopped playing because he was in school, he has a life, he's a young kid, so he has more stuff to do. So I'd be like, here's another medal that I won without you. Just a little thing, like family, just, you know, giving them crap kind of thing, just messing with them.
I'm still in this, you're not.
Yeah, like, I'm still in this obsession, you're not.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Well, that's up for debate.
Yeah, true. So let's go into a little more deeper. So when you lose badly, game, tournament, nothing goes right, everything goes wrong, where does it actually go in your head? Like, you know, what do you think in that moment?
Yeah.
Or even after, like, because I know that we debrief a lot after it, right? But we also say that, okay, we'll get the next one. But I know it affects us each individually. And I kind of want to understand that, because I never asked you, like, oh, what do you actually think? Or what does it actually go on in your head?
For sure. Like, so obviously we debrief, we talk about it over food a lot. And then me being a competitive person, because I played competitive sports growing up, I may not show it on the outside, but it kills me on the inside. Like, I hate losing. Like, I don't like losing. But to be fair, I have done my fair share of losing in the past. Being a competitive player, you don't win every game. So I do realize you win some, you lose some, but I also hate losing. So sometimes I'll go back and then, like, I'll upload some of our matches to YouTube and I'll watch it. I'll be like, I'll just be very extra critical of myself and just being like, okay, how can we be better? especially when it's a really bad loss and we just had a bad day, like a terrible day. It'll be like, all right, what's in my control? How I played, like what can I do better? What did I do terribly? Because there probably was a lot if we didn't have a good day. It's usually a lot of, I give myself a little bit of time to just beat myself up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's probably the depression
Sure.
in me. That's probably the depression in me. So I don't know. That might not be the healthiest thing, but I give myself a little bit of time to be like, all right, this sucks. Maybe remember the feeling a little bit, put it into the bank for later to be like, I don't want to feel this way again. So maybe I'll prepare better, study some film eventually.
Yeah, but I think it's that, you know, you are very critical and methodical, right? Like you watch your own film, you know, like, okay, next time I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Based on the loss, right? So it's beneficial in that way. Yeah.
But the bad part is that sometimes it sits for a little while, and maybe sometimes it sits longer than it should. Like some people get over it pretty quickly. Some people, it eats at them for maybe a couple days, maybe even a couple weeks. And for me, it's probably a couple days at least, where I remember, and then I'm like, dang it, we should have won that game, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
I think deep down, both of us, even me, if I like, whatever, it's just the next one, we'll get the next one, right? It just still, it leaves a mark. Every single tournament loss, I think, or we're close, it still leaves a mark where it's like, it's either, shoot, I don't know what I've been doing that match, like just, you know, watching our footage, man, it's like worst mistakes I've done and all that. Like it just leaves a mark where I have to think of the next one to not make that, but I might overthink and do that. So it does leave a mark.
brings back to the pickleball blues a little bit.
Yeah.
But I will say sometimes, after a bad loss, I am guilty of going onto pickleball brackets and being like, when's the next tournament where I can redeem myself? Where you're like, alright, this one sucked, alright, let's find another tournament and try and redeem ourselves. Like,
But do you also think like, okay, losing, you're right, me too, because, you know, after we lost, or we just play 3 games and we lost in round robins, that's the worst. I think that's the worst.
That's the worst feeling.
If we make it into playoffs or finals and then, okay, we don't do well or don't come up with a gold, it's okay, we did our best. But yeah, losing in rounds, then I will, yeah, you're right, I will go on pickleball brackets and be like, okay, I need to redeem myself, like what we're doing, right?
I think it's the Asian in us. Like,
Maybe.
we
lost value.
We got minimum value.
Minimum value, yeah.
Guaranteed 3
Not
games,
max
you got
value.
3 games.
Yeah, we want max value all the time. Yeah, so
Make my
I think
ancestors
it's
proud.
But also, I also have a way. Also think that if we do win gold, I also think that let's not do another tournament. Just ride that high.
I'm guilty of that too. I'm like, let's ride this high for like 2 more weeks at
let's
least.
just stop. Let's just stop. Let's just not look.
Like, we're defending champions.
We're defending
you know,
champs. It's
we
fine.
Just sit on my throne for a little bit.
Yeah. So that's what I think too.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun when that happens. You're like, hey, I'm the champion.
Yeah.
And then
Has
the
it
next
ever
tournament
made
rolls
you-
around.
Yeah. That's true. Next tournament rolls around and then, all right, we're gonna fight. We're gonna go in again.
It's like, dang it, we're not
Fighting.
champions anymore.
I
Gotta
know.
Fight again.
Yeah, and that's the tough. That also leaves a mark. Like, last time we were. Now we're. Oh crap, we're not. Has it ever made you feel lonely? Pickleball, like genuinely feel lonely. Like you're so deep in this world that people outside can't really reach you anymore, or you've neglected friends outside of pickleball. Seriously, like because you put in so much time.
Yeah, actually, that has happened. Where some of the friends that I would talk to a lot more regularly before pickleball, they've unfortunately kind of been put a little bit to the wayside, especially because they knew me before pickleball, and then I'm talking to my friends in pickleball a lot more often than I talk to them. And then a lot of times, so I used to go on Discord a lot and talk to some friends who are in like Vancouver or Montreal or just out of town, just long distance friendships, like a little friend group. I used to talk to them like every day, and then a lot of times it's like they'd leave a message, be like, hey, is anyone around? You want to just hang out, watch some shows together? And a lot of times now it's like, sorry, I'm tired from pickleball, so I can't get on to hang out. I'm just gonna go to sleep. And it's happened a lot more recently, and I've had talks with these friends. Obviously life happens, but it definitely has taken a toll on that a little bit. I do make an effort to talk to them a bit more whenever I can, but it is something in the back of my mind where I'm like, I do realize I'm neglecting them a little bit, because a lot of times it's, sorry, I can't hang out tonight. I played like 4 hours of pickleball and I'm dead tired. So there's a bit of that. There's people that I haven't talked to in a while where I used to be a lot closer to, and it'd be like, oh, hey, how's it going? How's the pickleball going? Because they just know me as the pickleball guy now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, we should catch up sometime. And that probably wouldn't happen having to catch up if I was hanging out with them more. So there is a certain cost to it.
Yeah.
But the people that really care about you do generally understand, are supportive, and will still be there even when you may have taken them for granted and played a lot more pickleball than hanging out with them. So
Yeah,
hopefully,
it's like a balance.
For sure.
Gotta balance out everything.
Which I am terrible at.
Well, obsessed, but just gotta, lift it out.
Gotta find that balance.
Gotta find the balance.
I'm still trying to find that balance. So if anyone listening has not found that balance yet, I'm with you.
Yeah. So is there a version of your life that you imagine for yourself that pickleball has quietly pushed further away? And are you okay with that?
So I guess before pickleball, I was relatively lonely in a sense that my closest friend group were my friend group that was like long distance, basically scattered across the country, and we would only hang out kind of virtually on Discord. So in that sense, the loneliness of physically not being around people was kind of pushed away, because then I met so many new people. I have community, I have a place to go to where I can just say hi to people and just escape. That was kind of a big thing in the last episode with Dav, was just an escape. So having somewhere to escape to where you're kind of in a relaxed, safe space where you can just have fun with friends, meet new people. It's kind of pushed away the more lonely side. Being someone who struggles with mental health, there are obviously episodes where maybe you feel lonely and where you may feel alone or lonely, and then you realize, hey, I have a booking tomorrow. Maybe that'll help get me out of it, because you can't really bail on your booking, so you're kind of forced to go see people and get out of that, which can help.
Yeah, which for the better, right? Like now there's a place they can go to, a place that you can associate yourself with.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think it's just a great thing.
I think it's been really great in general. I think mostly it's been great. The only bad part is sometimes the people that you used to talk to might not get as much attention from you, because maybe you're spending a lot more time with your pickleball friends. So it's all about finding the balance and constant work in progress.
So has pickleball been something that kind of prevented you to do something else? Like to the point that you're like, okay, again, yeah, sometimes you're like you're an escape, but then the escape is actually for a good thing because now you belong somewhere. But has it been like you have other probably life goals and stuff that pickleball now became an obsession or addiction that I'm going to save that other thing for later and I'm just going to go play or do something pickleball related?
Well, that's definitely happened where I've kind of been like, oh, I have these things I really have to do, but I could also play pickleball. What am I going to pick? The more shiny option is go play pickleball, and then come back and then your responsibilities are still there and you're like, well, still gotta do those. So yeah, there's definitely been times where I've put aside responsibilities in order to play pickleball. Go drill in the middle of the day. Go drill in the middle of a work day. Be like, I'll bring my laptop. Then you don't take the laptop out of the bag, and you're just playing the whole time. Yeah, guilty. But as long as things get done, take care of what you gotta take care of eventually. Yeah.
So same question that we had for me. If pickleball disappeared tomorrow, in your life, what's left of Adrian? Like that.
Well, I like to think that I'm still a nice person. I hope people see me that way. I would like to think that I wouldn't just be buried in my room alone with my thoughts. I would like to think that without pickleball, I might find something else to put myself out there. Something else that has a community that I could try and find something to do. Like, I enjoy playing video games, so maybe do some of that, hang out with some of the friends that I had before. I feel like pickleball is a huge part of my life now, but without it, I could still try and, find something where I could also find a belonging to, or a sense of community.
Yeah, I think, as I said last time pickleball is my brand. Like without it, I'll be lost. I think for you, like you also mentioned that like
Very similar,
with this,
honestly.
yeah, it is because it's just part of us now. And you mentioned that like with this podcast and then how this podcast did help people, it became very wholesome. I think that is that purpose for both of us, like especially you too.
Yeah.
Like it's something now, oh my gosh, pickleball, besides as a sport, besides as us exercising or just having fun meeting friends, it has a purpose now that we can maybe because like of how you are, you played a lot and now you're getting a lot better. You know, you can share that experience that people can learn from you, and then people reflect it in comments and like up to you. It's like, oh, Adrian, like I watch your podcast. Oh, it's great. I learned a lot. Like I love what you guys are doing. It's very wholesome.
Yeah,
and I think that's like a great positive chapter in our lives now.
Yeah, like especially now that we have this platform with the podcast, the ability to help people with our own unique perspectives. Like I have, like I share the way my brain works. Hopefully it helps someone along the way. And Davin and I have had some people come up to us and tell us how much it has helped them. And it surprises me every time, and it in a good way, where I'm like, wow, I love that I've had this impact on someone, that like a positive impact where they're like, oh, you inspire me. And then like I've gotten into tournaments because of you, and I see how you and Davin are in the middle of a tight moment in a tournament and how positive and uplifting you are to each other. And I aspire to be like that. And it's just very wholesome. It's very, like, I love the fact that it's helped at least one person. And to me, that's amazing.
Yeah, like 1 or 10 or 50. Like at least if we do reach out to that person or some people like that, it feels great.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what does the next, to end off, what's the next chapter of your life look like? Not just your pickleball goals, but your actual life goals. And where does pickleball fit in that picture, honestly?
I think ideally, hopefully, I find someone to share this passion with. Ideally, they are supportive and not too against it. So ideally, someone I can kind of share it with, where someone who will make it worthwhile to scale back the pickleball. So someone where I'm like, I will happily give this up because like you're a great person, I want to grow with you, and while sharing this passion with you, so because it's a big part of my life and who I am now. But in the future, ideally, it's not going to be forever. So hopefully find something else and take anything I learned from pickleball into the next chapter of whatever, maybe it's relationships, dealing with like friendships, dealing with people, learning about different kinds of people, interacting with different characters. Yeah, just taking anything I learned from pickleball into the next chapter that does not have pickleball.
Yeah, or that pickleball is priority now. If pickleball is now, but your other life is like this.
Exactly.
Right?
So before it was baseball, pickleball, and then hopefully soon it'll be and now it's pickleball, other stuff. And hopefully pickleball will start going down, and then something more important will come up.
Yeah, like meeting your other half. That's great, right? And then hopefully pickleball, never leaves. And honestly, like I think pickleball, well, the sport's still there. Hopefully it'll grow really, really well, really big, takes off, and then I don't think we'll ever kind of stop playing. And then with this podcast, like I think this developed into a goal that we never thought it would.
Yeah.
So yeah,
for sure.
Thanks for answering all the questions. Like I think that knowing you for again 2.5 years, like hopefully was a positive thing that came out of it. And then now you have all of us
exactly
to support you and going through this journey. So thanks for sharing your story. Like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for our next episode where we're going to change it up, do a vlog style day with Anna. So stay tuned because that will be a good one.
Yep.
Peace.
Till next time. See ya.